Defendant's motion at 7, as he was just citing. Despite claims to the contrary, the defense never filed the motion to preserve, or in its perpetually evolving theory of a case, did the defendant specifically request prior to November of 2024 surveillance video from the Canton police station. So this is another rich statement. And this is something that does come a little bit down to judicial discretion. Are the broad and vague requests from the defense specific enough to request video? I would say yes. And number two, in the way that they did in getting more specific, should that be held against them? And to me, the reason this comment is rich is because he's blaming the defense for not knowing something. Yet, later in this motion, Hank Brennan says the prosecutors were even unaware of this video at Sallyport. So if the prosecutors who work with law enforcement, and I assume talked about this investigation and the evidence they had, and I assume asked how we can prove X, Y, and Z, and if we get to the Higgins clip, he even baits the defense, there should be video of it, of him at Canton PD, which there wasn't of the at least full version of it. If the prosecutors didn't even know this video exists, how is the defense supposed to know the video exists? Nevertheless, the trial prosecutor was not aware of the existence of the surveillance video in the Canton Police Department Sallyport until receiving the federal grand jury transcript of Massachusetts State Trooper Michael Proctor. So I haven't read this transcript, obviously. And when it comes to Michael Proctor, who is Michael Proctor? Well, he is the lead case agent, the lead officer, the lead detective, whatever he is, lead investigator on the case, interviewing witnesses, gathering evidence, handling everything in this case. So the grand jury testimony brings out that Proctor knew that this video existed, and he told federal prosecutors at the grand jury proceedings, but he never told the state prosecutor who he's working closely with on this case. Did the state prosecutor ever ask? We're going to hear cases cited where reasonable inquiry is a must for the prosecutor when it comes to discovery. In a lot of cases, if you're not Michael Proctor and you don't have the background of Michael Proctor and the text message of Michael Proctor, the lead investigator would sit right next to the prosecutor. Francois, Peter, you're so pro Karen, but I still like you. Here's the point. Not a single bit of this has to do with Karen Reed so far. If I'm being honest, this could be John Smith. This could be Peter Tragos. This could be Brian Koberger. This could be R. Kelly. This could be P. Diddy. I don't care if it's Karen Reed or anybody else. I would feel the same exact way about these arguments. Knowledge about the Sallyport videos, the source was Trooper Michael Proctor. That is the prosecution team. So to act like you didn't know it existed, and Higgins, I don't know what Proctor said at the grand jury proceeding, but we know that Higgins, in his testimony, said there's a video of it, so Higgins knew there was a video. So all these cops want to try to say the video exists to try and bolster their credibility, yet they won't just give it to the defense to see what actually happened. And that's my problem. I don't care who the defendant is. Cops can't use video as a sword and a shield. There's video of it. So a juror listening would be like, oh, okay, well, he's obviously not lying if he knows there's a video camera there. That's using it as a sword. And then saying, well, you can't prove the condition of her taillight. Video doesn't exist. We purged it. It's blurry. It skips. That's using it as a shield against particularly. On April 4th, 2024, the Commonwealth provided the defendant with 9 surveillance videos in its possession, consisting of video footage of the main driveway of the Canton police station and video files, et cetera, et cetera. So again, Proctor says the video exists, and what does the Commonwealth do promptly? They provide clips. Why are they clips? Have we ever gotten to the answer why, when they were able to go look back, the whole thing didn't exist? Or who clipped it up and who decided which clips to keep? That's what I don't get. Following the hearing on April 17th, Brian Tully sent prosecution team members an email stating, I spoke with Chief Rafferty. She reviewed the video of the SUV arriving at CPD exists, and we should have it contrary to what the defense represented on Friday. And that's the other thing. It's like, Right when the defense says something doesn't exist, it's like, you liar, we do have it. Here it is. It's like, well, you said you gave us everything. That's the problem. The video depicts the vehicle entering the Sally Port and crime scene tape being put up. She is putting it on a thumb drive for us in the event that we don't have it. The prosecutor had not previously received this video or knew of its existence. Isn't that convenient, right? The prosecutor doesn't even know about something until they turn it over so that they can protect themselves. You cannot bury your head in the sand as a prosecutor, this prosecutor or any prosecutor, in order to not turn things over to the defense. That's why the way case law develops from lawyers, the way rules and statutes are written for lawyers, is we base it on stuff that happened in other cases. And so the way we get to the point of the cops and law enforcement are considered prosecutors' agents, and if they know something exists and have access to something, that is considered the prosecutor knowing it as well, is because this exact scenario happened in the past, and the courts were like, that's not fair. That's not just. We have to fix that. After trial, on August 21st, 24, the Canton PD provided the Commonwealth with 2 additional videos. Video from the interior Sally Port camera on January 1st depicting the camera captured all video in an inverted fashion to rebut the defense's suggestion that the video had been tampered with and consistent with witnesses' trial testimony. Video from the interior hallway and exterior of the Canton Police Station that shows Brian Higgins at the Canton Police Station during the early hours of January 29th and depicts Mr. Higgins moving his law enforcement vehicles due to the snowstorm. It's like, why was this Higgins video not turned over in the middle of trial when the inverted video was? How was it found differently? Like, explain that to me. Dumb it down for me and explain it to me. Because
hey there, thanks for stopping in. We hope you will join us again. We all look forward to next time. We got to talk about true crime.